and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. How do you do?
Johnny Farnham's back with the microphone stick yesterday during the radio show.
Kidding me? It's happened again?
The whole microphone and the stick that holds the microphone fell off, and Christine Swan, much like Johnny Farnham, just walking around our studio.
Give us that freedom, Dino.
Well,
Listen, if I'm going to
take me
hold
a
a big, long microphone like this, next time I'm going to get my hair fashioned into a mullet
Like
and wear a long jacket.
like one of
Great.
many footballers out there right now.
But mainly. Any excuse. I'm going to snap this eventually so that we can listen to this song.
You do a good Farnham.
Thanks, mate.
You do a great
It's
Farnham.
one of the nicest things anyone's ever said about me.
I know his guitarist just lives down the road from us. We're going to have to get him in at some stage. You and his guitarist, just a little duet. You would never know the difference between you and Farnham.
That'd be a dream come true.
It didn't work when you brought a chainsaw to the studio to get change around here. So I propose a new thing. Let's keep playing this back to back.
Yeah.
No ads, nothing. Let's go on strike with Johnny Farnham.
We've been playing this song back to back for a year and a half.
With pleasure.
Hey, look. Seriously, last night, opening night of Hamilton, that felt like freedom, didn't it?
Mate,
Out
nice segue.
and about.
Good to be out and about.
Oh, my God, it felt so good.
Sounds like it was fun.
There was
was
proper
brilliant.
carpet on Exhibition Street. Like thick carpet,
Nice.
John.
Yeah.
I love a red carpet too.
Flash.
Yeah. Did you moonwalk down it, Dino, or just strut down it? Did you do a little pirouette?
I kept it pretty low key. Swanee,
Yeah.
did you do the? They had that slow motion camera thing, right?
I like that.
Where they chuck glitter in the air and you get a photo in motion.
Well,
Did you do
that's
that?
cool.
I don't think so, no.
What?
No, I don't think I did that.
You don't remember?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
Spewing
maybe I
missed
did.
it.
I don't know. I did something for someone. Nothing's for free.
people have
Put it
got
that
to
way.
see Hamilton.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
It was breathtaking. Magical. Absolutely magical.
Why
Love
didn't you,
that.
Why didn't you go?
Well, my dear love at home, she's just battling a bit at the moment. So we'll get through her.
Yeah.
You know, probably part of the reason is she's married to me. She's
Yes.
probably, I think after 14, 15 years, she's probably come to the conclusion that there must be something better out there.
Right.
And she's obviously just internally struggling with that in her mind.
Okay.
Obviously hasn't spoke to me about it.
Oh, well,
yet,
this
but
took,
I'm
this took a
preparing.
turn.
When I asked why he didn't go to Hamilton, I didn't know we'd get here.
I thought we'd maybe get, Carl's has got a cold sore. Didn't think we'd get marital problems. The general feeling of domestic unrest.
My God.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com this Easter.
Ocean View apartment for me, water park for the kids. Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Well, you guys were at Hamilton last night. I was sitting at home watching the dear old...
Am I warming up the
Sorry.
pipes? Ducking footy. I'm a bit hoarse this morning.
That's all right.
Just do like a Macy Gray one.
Ducking footy.
I'll tell you what, it was loud, Swanee. When this rang out around Marvel Stadium at about 10 o'clock last night, 10:30, it was absolutely pumping. Because the Blues had a big victory against the Western Bulldogs.
Are the Blues back?
They're back. First time they're 2-0 since 2012. They're on the march. Well coached from Vossi, sitting at home in his lounge room.
This is the exciting thing that I've learnt about football in the last 7 years that I've known you
Yes.
and been interested. The cyclical nature of it.
Yeah.
Is it just when you think that, okay, we've got the winners and they're just going to win and win and win?
Yes.
They don't. And
good.
then other people come up.
It's good, Swanee. It's good even competition. We've seen the rise of Melbourne and Richmond, obviously.
Yes.
A few years back, but the Blue Baggers haven't won one since 95. It's exciting. I'm sort of caught up in it a little bit because my eldest, Olivia, I let her stay up. The two littlies had to go down to... It was sort of like the intermission for me. Well, a lot of balls in the air last night.
Yeah.
So I'm really investing in the first half with Liv, who's got her Carlton jumper on. Of
course.
In the lounge room, we're yelling. And I'm saying, just keep it down a little bit. Might wake Mum up, Liv. And then at half-time, the two littlies go to bed. And then I've got to do a quick story. The day to go to bed story. So I'm thinking, geez, there's a lot happening here.
A lot on.
So I've gone with the friendly monster, Freddie the friendly monster.
Yep.
And I couldn't think of an S word, so I've gone with Seamus the Scary Monster.
That's
mate.
good.
Yeah, and it was like a clash.
Didn't want to
So-
go with Sam?
No, I couldn't think of an S word. I don't know. It just wasn't front of
I
mind for
get
me,
it,
even though I played golf with him all day.
Does a monster get shot by the townspeople?
No, they joined together. They joined
townspeople.
forces, and they become both friendly monsters.
That's good.
So anyway, I got rid of that, and then back downstairs for the second half. Now the Baggers can't. Sorry, the Bulldogs made a late surge. They got back into it, but thank God, Charlie Curnow, who's one of Olivia's favourites, he's returned to normal because he hasn't played properly for about 3 years. Swanee,
Right.
Young Charlie, he's a bit of a. He's a bit of a favourite, would you thought?
Absolutely.
He'll be a sex symbol to all the kids out there.
All the adults, you mean?
Yeah, well, no, I think like I'm talking from a 12-year-old.
I know what you mean.
12-year-old's
Heartthrob.
perspective.
A
A heartthrob.
heartthrob.
Like
Yeah.
you got these young supporters. They're the heartthrobs. Cripper's a heartthrob as well a bit at the moment. He's just a warrior. He looked like Rocky in the second fight against Clubber Lang.
High praise, Swan.
In Rocky 3.
High praise.
When he was split, Swanee.
No higher praise.
No.
Mate, he just looks like a buddy. He looks like a warrior just walking. He had to go for the blood rule. He's absolutely dominating at the moment. He's got blood streaming down the face. He got cleaned up by the docs. Went back
Also,
out
obviously, a sex symbol for the kids.
there.
Yeah.
Sex symbol. For a heartthrob, I mean, for the kids.
Yeah.
Sammy Walsh was back. He was awesome. So it was exciting, Swanee. It was great.
Great.
To see him. So I think the Blue Baggers are up and about. So
Gee, it's feeling good in this city at the moment.
It
I
is.
just
Absolutely.
couldn't be happier with the way things are turning out.
By the way, they got Hawthorn next week, so they're going to be thrilled.
Oh, they'll smash Hawthorn, absolutely. So Charlie Curnow kicked 5 goals, 2 huge last quarter goals. He was magnificent. Bit of a scary moment. Hayden Crozier for the Bulldogs. He fainted at half time, Swanee. So there was vision of him, with the giving oxygen at half time and all those sorts of things. So people weren't aware of what happened. It's actually just fainted. He's okay. Dusty may not be playing on Sunday.
Yeah, what's happened there?
Well, he's taken leave at the moment for personal reasons, so we're not sure the actual reason, but personal reasons, Swanee. And tonight, of course, the great Buddy Franklin, only 4 goals away from reaching 1,000 career goals.
Is it tonight?
Well, I don't think so.
This is big.
I don't think he'll get there. He's coming up against the Geelong defence, who I think are very stingy. And I think we'll wait until we get it here in Melbourne next Thursday night.
And you always said that. He always said it.
Yes.
I'm going to back him up. We can go to the tape.
We've been through enough the last 2 years, Swanee. We don't deserve to miss out on running onto the field
Couldn't
when
agree
Buddy
more.
kicks 1,000 goals.
Couldn't agree more.
So I think it'll probably happen next week. But it's not out of the realm of possibility you kick 4 tonight. So I'd love to happen next year because our man Campbell Brown is going to run onto the ground
With a GoPro.
with a GoPro.
And
then
thongs.
the cops will target him because he's got a history of dubious behaviour.
They'll say, we gotcha.
Tase the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Anyway, probably running a little bit late now. But that's talking footy. There's a lot happening, Swanee.
I love it.
And you know what? What do I say? What Charlie Curnow is?
Sex symbol for the kids.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. Real quick. Early in the studio, Dave O'Neill.
Hey, I'm here because I got a fellow comedian, so I'm here to support him.
Oh,
Good
like
on you.
you're like his support animal.
Yeah, security. Oh, yeah, like it.
Billy Stiles, a comedian. And fun fact, Billy grew up playing sport alongside our very own Sam Pang.
We'll get to that.
But if you want to see a show Chase the Rush at the Rubber Chicken... What? Okay, that's a place from April 4. Tickets at comedyfestival.com.au. Here's Billy.
Well, let's welcome, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks for having me in here, an unknown like me.
Talk to us about the Rubber Chicken.
Oh, the Rubber
Given that was in
Chicken.
your intro.
Yeah, it's not the best name for a pub, is it? Yeah, that's where my show is in a few weeks when the comedy festival starts. So
It used to be the Water Rat.
used to be the
Ah,
Water
did it?
Rat.
South Melbourne. Now,
Along City Road there.
no, yeah, it's off. It's on Park Street, isn't it? Park Street.
Yeah, Moray. It's in that
Oh,
area,
yeah,
Okay,
South
righto.
Melbourne.
There you go.
Moray.
Great location chat, guys.
Hey, well, we have got Mr. Melways here.
Yeah.
Come on, where is it, Dave?
It's Moray. Yeah.
That's what me and David got in common. We know where places are. Like,
Yeah. Billy works as a driver, so he knows stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you came to comedy quite late.
Late 42, I did my first gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inspirational. That's inspirational.
It is.
That's Susan Boyle.
It is
Susan Boyle.
Were you inspired by Dave O'Neill? Is he like your mentor?
He's kind of looking after me, which I need because I'm terrible at like promoting myself because I don't know anything about this industry.
Come on. You're doing well. He's got great jokes,
No, but
Billy Stiles.
Dave ignored me for 6 months
Well, you were texting me. I didn't know who you were. and then you said Hughesy's been replying to your texts because...
so Hughesy was replying and you weren't. You're a shave his arsehole.
No, and then Billy is telling me he's going, Hughesy's been really good. And I said to Hughesy, it's been great. You've been helping out Billy Stiles. And he goes, who's Billy Stiles?
Oh, my God.
Son of a bitch.
But I know, I went to Hawaii on a Nova trip 10 years ago with Dave Hughes.
The man trip.
Oh, with Paul Rossitani, the air conditioning
No,
guy.
he was on my one. They did 3 of them.
Oh,
and
sorry.
you were on the Hawaii one with Hughesy and Peter Hellier?
Yeah. No, just Hughesy and Kate. But it was, it was chaos. It's a long story, but that's how I knew Dave.
How do we get these trips back?
Hey?
How do we get these trips back?
I don't know.
God,
I think they got banned after the one I went on.
Wait, what the hell is a man trip?
Oh, we had this idea that me and Hughesy would take just male listeners away, and we had all these different categories. We had to bring a virgin, a party starter, a under the thumb guy, which was Paul, the aircon guy. He hadn't been out for 13 years.
You know Paul. That's how we know Paul.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And
He's
so
a great guy.
we went to Darwin, and then the next one they went to New Zealand. Then the one you went was Hawaii, where someone got arrested.
A guy tried to attack me, and he got sent home. Yeah.
Dave, let me
That
guess.
is magnificent.
You did the
my
man
God.
trip because the boss has got some data about men. We needed more males.
Yeah, more men.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah.
Triple M's winning the men. We've got to have the man trip.
But Billy, you've been up early, have you? You did get up early.
I'm up early. I'm up at 5 every day anyway, so this is no big deal. This is all right. This is normal.
Normal. And what have you been doing? You went to the supermarket, you told me.
Yeah, I went to the supermarket. And I like using the self-serve checkouts down there because you don't have to talk to anyone, you know. But I went in before and they were actually roped off. And I said to the lady, why can't I use the self-serve checkout? And she said, they don't start till 7.
What?
I know.
It's weird, isn't it?
I said, do they like a bit of a sleep in today? You know?
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the quality you get.
So you get the rubber chicken.
That's what you get. You'll get plenty of that.
Now, tell us about Pang. You got to tell us about Pang. They're
All
so
right.
intrigued.
So I grew up with Pang, and when I heard that he was on the radio, I heard Sam Pang on the radio one day. I go, that can't be the same kid. That kid didn't talk, you know, because
He's quiet. He's got that quiet nature to him at times,
Well-
especially when he gets hit up in public.
yeah. So I used to play tennis. Pang was a gun footy player, but
Wait, slow down. That's a big statement, and that's huge.
You did say something about his courage, though.
yeah, all right. He might not have been the hardest at it, but
But he was good. You described him as magic once in front of the goals, you told me.
mate, when I watched him one day up at Epping, and he stood on a guy's head and took a hanger, and then landed on his feet and just snapped the goal from the boundary. And I'm like, that dude can play because I appreciate skills in footy. Like,
That's sick.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Took a hanger.
And my friend used to tell me about him in year 10 because they were in like a Collingwood thing squad, under 15 squad, and he used to go, there's this guy Sam Pang. You got to see the skills on the guy.
Wow.
And then I'm like, I think I played tennis against a guy called Sam Pang, and he was like real quiet at tennis, but he played in the wildest team for Clifton Hill. The guys in it, one was called Russell, one was called Larry, and one was called Wayne, and we were like 15.
Russell, Larry, and Wayne.
Larry.
And Sam.
Yeah, but Sam would be there on time, and these guys weren't there, and they were 15, and we're like, where's our opponents today? And Sam would be like, I think they had a big night last night.
And they're 15.
Yeah, and Sam's just standing there with both parents either side of him, and my mum's like, that Sam kid is so polite. Like, why can't
This
you
is
be more like him?
gold. This is
Mate, you should include this on part of your show at the Rubber Chicken when it starts next week, mate.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so see Billy's show. It's called Chase the Rush.
Do you want to give away some tickets? You can give away some tickets, Billy. Do you need,
Well,
do you need
mate,
punters?
all day today they're on special because I put them on special like 3 days ago and forgot to change it back. So they're still on $10, and like I think it's 4 for $30 if you get on today.
Great.
Okay, great. We'll give away one double now as well. comedyfestival.com.au. But go to the website and type in Chase the Rush.
Billy's a great comic. So is John Dorr, the other guy.
Yeah, John Dorr.
So it's a split bill.
If you're looking for a name title for your show next year, you could call it Russell, Larry, and Wayne.
Yes.
and Sam.
Billy, thanks for coming in.
No, thanks. Pleasure.
Ever wanted to offer the team some direct feedback? Well, you can. Shoot us an email at breakfast@nova100.com.au to be part of Chrissie, Sam and Brownie's mailbag.
Good. Well, Dave O'Neill, you kind of started early today, so welcome to the show, man.
Dave, thanks for coming in. Not that what's going on over in Russia and Ukraine is laughable, but the fact that they've closed down all 850 McDonald's chains, that was just devastating to the economy. But however, Putin and his gang, they've pivoted. Much like McDowell did in Coming to America. Remember that? Remember Coming to America when there was...
I love that movie, but I haven't seen it since I was a
Well, remember when there
teenager.
was McDowell's? And they had they had the golden arches. It was the hamburger chain.
Yeah.
But there was differences though, and much like in Russia at the moment, Uncle Vanya's has taken over all the 850 McDonald's chains.
Yes.
And the logo has just turned on its side.
Dave, it's comically ripped off Macca's. Like, it's shocking.
It's unbelievable.
Remember Coming to America? What was it called?
See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's.
It's different.
It's different.
It's different. It's absolutely different. What's the logo?
They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
See the golden arcs.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Hey, what's on the menu?
Now, see, they got the Big Mac. I got the Big Mick.
Different. Very different.
What's in the Big Mick?
We both got 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions. They use a sesame seed bun. My buns have no
No
seeds.
seeds.
No seeds. I love
No
it.
seeds. That is absolutely at a Putin press conference.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Friday and welcome to the microphone. Sam Pang's replacement, Dave O'Neill.
Hello.
Because we've started the footy season, we've got every Friday with you now. Woot woot.
Yes, and after Ash Barty's retirement, I've decided I'm going to retire. So,
Oh, yeah.
Is that because
I know I'm back.
You still got the after effects of Damien Cullinan was in here the other day.
Yeah.
Cullinan was
Damo,
in here.
yes.
Yeah, he was in here the other day. He's a great comedian. He's got a great show coming up at the Comedy Festival. He told us that you fell off a stage and broke your back.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, cracked a vertebrae.
When was that?
Oh, the 90s, back in the 90s. I was
How?
dressed like Nirvana, had long hair, flannel. How? I ran off stage to do this. I used to do this thing where I talk about going to see the Chemical Brothers. Remember
Yeah.
the, you know, Out of Control.
Yes.
Dino would have been into them.
Yes.
And 2 blokes just walk out and they would press one button and then the guy would just step back and go, out of control. And everyone would go crazy. It's like, I wish I could do that as a comedian. So I would bring a little tape recorder on, I would put it on a stool and I'd push it and I would go, hey, everyone, welcome. And then I'd run off stage.
Right.
Right? But I ran off and I slipped and I went bang on the stairs.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't get up. So I fractured a
C5.
yes, it was one of them. So I was just lying there.
So what happened? You didn't get to do the show?
No, the ambulance came and took me away.
So how long before the crowd realised that shit's real bad?
Oh, yeah, well, I tried to get up and I couldn't get up. So another comedian had to go on and say, oh, Dave's injured himself.
Yeah, that's the Wiggles heart attack moment.
Yeah,
When everyone's in the audience looking at each other going, is this serious? Is this serious?
Yeah, it was I met the Ambo who took me out too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him, yeah.
Oh, man.
But they can't do anything for that kind of thing. You just have to rest and exercise.
Yes, you do, of course.
You've done neither of those things since that day.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Maybe I'll play that next Wednesday when I start the comedy festival at the European Beer Cafe. Plenty of tickets available, and we'll give some away at the end of the show. And put it this way, Brownie, I last year I had a great 50 minutes of comedy that I had prepared. This year I'm not as prepared. To give you a footy analogy, if I was in the Brisbane Lions, you'd be out with an injury. And we'd be relying on Fev, you know.
Oh, jeez.
And I might have to bring back some of the old players.
Acker?
I might have to bring back Acker.
I'm guessing you're doing a little bit better than about 2 weeks ago when you gave your show a plug. Go buy tickets, it's fully written, and then you stepped away from the microphone, rolled your eyes and shit.
But last
better
year,
than that.
hey, last year was magnificent because I didn't think there was a lot of. You may have had a lot of pre-prepared stuff, but you didn't need it last year because we had
Talking to the audience.
3 or 4 ballerinas on one side of the front row, and then we had 3 or 4 suburban footballs on the other side of the front
that's
row.
right.
And mate, you just
they're
ripped
just in the
into them
audience.
for the whole show.
Was it like hens parties at your comedy shows?
Yeah, it was weird. With Hollywood Jack knew there were 2 principal dancers from Australian Ballet sitting down the
gotcha.
front. And I said, are you guys lost? What are you doing here?
Yes, it was magnificent.
I love how
fun.
no one appreciates Dave O'Neill's humour more than Dave O'Neill.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
And us that night.
It means you can't
Us.
fail.
But you got your own audience, you know. So anyway, I need help, basically, is what I'm saying. And so I'm working on a theme, and you guys, anyone can ring with a joke, and I'll put it in my show. So my theme at the moment is I'm trying to think of things that when we grew up with, and they've changed their names.
Okay, yeah.
Like, so, you know, like the guy used to hang around the park back in the 80s and that, and he wore a singlet and he talked to the girls and he sold a bit of marijuana. They were called the local drug dealer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're called a personal trainer. Right? What else have I
Dave
got?
O'Neill not only just laughed at his own joke, he clapped himself.
I like the full stop.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm clapping that joke.
What else? You know, you go to Uncle Barry's house and they try and push his, that homebrew on you.
Yeah.
And his wife would just shake her head in the background.
Yes.
Like, oh, it's disgusting. Now that's called craft beer. So
Yes.
That's
yes.
true.
It is. They're big.
What
It's taken off, hasn't it?
What about that annoying friend who would lecture you, also known as a hippie back in the day,
Yes.
now a life coach?
yes,
Yes.
I like it. Good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yes.
Oh, what about the kid who just stayed in his room and built his own PC and he didn't want to come out and play cricket with you? He's now called a billionaire, that kid.
That's true.
Hey, nailing it. So,
Good stuff.
Any other suggestions? You got one, Dino? 13, 24, 10.
No, I don't think this can help because I've got a word for when I used to get in trouble.
Oh.
But I can't make a joke out of it. So will that help at
Yeah,
all?
we'll workshop it right now.
So if you're getting in trouble, you're going to get scunted.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Scunted?
Scunted.
No,
Okay.
scunted?
Really?
No, I've never heard it.
Turn that into a joke. All the best.
You've got a song. 13, 24, 10. Play along with that. Write Dave O'Neill's song. Are we doing this now?
Jokes. These are jokes, basically.
What about an
Yeah.
unemployed man in his 20s like Sam Pang, who now is a national brand?
Yeah.
So that's how quickly they can turn things around.
Are you writing this down?
Very true.
Man, I'm going to write that down.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
If you're just joining us right now, people are calling up 13 24 10 to write Dave's comedy show for him.
Thank you.
Explain how this works.
Oh, so I'm just looking at things that used to be called something different when we grew up. Now they've changed their name now.
Yeah.
Like all the kids' subjects at schools. Like my son comes home and goes, I'm doing something really cool where we do, it's called textiles. Well, it was called needlecraft when I was, and Home Eco is called food technology
Yes,
now.
it is. Yeah.
Yes. And math's called shit you won't need when you're older.
Oi, come on, Dad.
You don't
Come on,
need,
And maths is important.
you don't need Pythagoras theorem.
No, maths is important. We know
I
that.
quite like Pythagoras' theorem.
Oh,
Out of all
yeah.
the theorems,
Yeah.
Pythagoras had it
Maths,
going
at
on.
least maths has a distinct question and answer. You
Yes.
know what I mean? It's like, anyway. go on.
Maths is important whenever you used it in the last week.
Oh, banking. I run an offshore account.
Okay, fair enough.
Very handy. Yeah, things have definitely morphed and changed names. Deb from Bundoora, what have you got?
I think it's a lot of the music because the stuff that I grew up with, I almost had a heart attack when I heard Love Grows when my Rosemary Goes. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Number one, Deb, in 1970. That song was in England.
That's it.
No offence to.
Are we working on Smooth
whoever
or Nova?
sings this. Who sings this?
Don't know. It doesn't even-
Style.
No offence to them, but Deb, I'm the same. Sometimes I'll hear a song and I'll go, did that really need to be remade?
Down Under's
Yeah.
back of it being
That's
played.
it.
Yeah, like a remix.
But it's even when you hear part of songs and you just go, the Jonas Brothers, I swear it is the song from Air Supply. The beginning of it, the riff, and you just go, hang on, that
I have
sounds
to
like
listen to that.
Lost in Love.
Slanderous
Lost in
comments.
Love.
Slanderous
Lost in Love.
comments.
Chrissy and I are big Air Supply fans. We have to listen to that.
Dave O'Neill and I went on a date to an Air Supply concert. How
Oh,
jealous
man,
are you,
amazing.
Deb?
Oh, I would love to have been there.
And let us say, I've never seen bigger people in my life. Me and Chrissy were like supermodels walking down the aisle. All out of love, all out of food by half time.
Hey, we've reached that point in time where all these bands are out of ideas.
Yeah.
Reached that point in time. I think we've been going for long
ridiculous.
enough. Yeah. When you did.
Ethan, good morning, Ethan. What do you got for us?
Hey, it's a bit risky, but probably like the late night joke. But you know, the friendly priest you had at church, that's not called prison.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
facts are facts.
that's on the edge. That's on the edge.
Facts. Ethan,
Facts are
thank you.
facts.
Everyone, those two. So you're going to use those for your comedy show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Priest jokes.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
See Sam and Brownie with that and Dave O'Neill.
Okay, Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
What?
Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
My favourite part of the week. absolutely is when Dino gives us an insight into the genius residing in his brain.
I got a great idea, gang, and I think you're all going to love it, including you, crazy old Uncle Dave.
Oh, can't wait.
About a month ago, Pangy, yeah?
Julian Banjos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. About a month ago, we hit the road. We went to Mildura. Pangy, Jonathan and I went country, right? And what we got out of it were rich memories forever. And we met a town mascot called Double.
Double?
Double.
Was he the local drunk?
What's his,
Yeah.
what's his, why is his nickname Double?
Because his head is twice the size of a normal man.
Is that right?
Yes. And is that true? I've never met Double.
That's not his drink order? That's not his...
And he wore like a Peaky Blinders. He wore a tuxedo and a Peaky Blinders cap to our function.
He sounds amazing.
It was 40 degrees that day.
We still haven't found out if he's got a girlfriend. I'm so keen to know if he's
Unlikely.
got a lady love.
Double. How old's Double, you reckon?
Gut feel 60.
58.
Right.
He looks... He's got a hard life.
Probably 28.
Bless you, Double.
His name's Daryl Hunter. For all I
Facebook him.
Which we thought it was a made-up name. But anyway, Dino.
Anyway, it was a magic trip, and rich memories, and Double was the key. So my idea is, at the end of the footy season and leading up to the footy season, at the end of each month, so Thursday at 7:20 at this time, if you're in a country town that we go to, I want you to call up and sell your town to us. And after the footy season, when we're all less busy, we're going to go there on a Thursday.
It's our own draft.
Whoa.
We're going to hit the road, get there on a Thursday, do some time with the town mascot.
I love it.
Go to the pub, Swanee.
Yes.
Wow.
Dave, do you want to come, honestly?
Yeah, sure.
Dave will do a bit of stand-up at the local pub.
We can only
Absolutely.
pay you in Parma and chips.
That's okay.
So we're going to do a little sort of impromptu show on
I love
Thursday
it.
night.
I love
We're
it.
going country.
Oh, I love it.
And we're going to broadcast on the Friday
On the
morning.
Friday?
Oh, mate.
Yes.
Into the night.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in. This is a dream.
So what you need to do, if you're listening to us right now and you love us, pitch your town next Thursday. We'll give you the microphone. End of the footy season. We'll pick a goddamn town.
Does it have to be in Victoria?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Jackie?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
Sam.
does. Now, send your emails with your pictures so that we can get through them to breakfast.
What's the email, brother?
Breakfast at...
Breakfast at Nova100.com.au.
We'll get you on the air so we can ask questions.
Absolutely.
And there has to be a town mascot in human form.
Like Double.
Like Double.
Like Double.
There's one in every
This
town.
is astonishing.
I don't think you're ever going to get better than Double, but we'll see.
Chasing the Dragon?
Yeah.
Can we take Double with us?
Oh, Jesus.
Can we do that?
Oh, my God. And we could call the road trip on the Double.
7:20 next Thursday. Could be your town.
Nova.
Chrissy Swan, Sam Pang, and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissy's Celebrity Stuff.
The beginning line of this article says, can we all just take a moment to appreciate our first look at Nicolas Cage's Dracula, please and thank you.
Oh, yes.
So he looks like sort of an extra from a Batman movie. He's in a red velvet suit with a medallion around his neck, presumably to ward off the evil spirits.
Pale as hell.
Pale as hell. Like overdone pale.
On our Instagram.
With a purplish tinge. What I want to know, please and thank you, is how big is this tax bill?
That's a good point.
How big is it? Because initially he was doing like 7 films a year and it was because he had a tax bill.
Yeah.
That was about 10 years ago. He's since made about 150 shithouse films.
Yeah.
How big is this tax bill? How big is it? I don't buy it anymore. I smell a rat.
He's the hardest working man in showbiz.
I think he's
Christine.
doing this to avoid his family. There, I said it.
I think so.
Sonny,
I don't think it's got anything to do with the tax bill anymore.
Absolutely. Hey, Dave O'Neill's
He's
not
just
here,
like,
right?
He's just like, Daddy's working. Daddy can't pick you up
Yeah.
from school because Daddy's working.
You know
coming to soccer.
he'll win one, though. Like, he'll win another Oscar. He'll just strike something. He'll hit on one of them.
I feel like he will
If
too.
you do it enough times, you're
Yep.
going to eventually hit.
It's not going to be for Dracula. Now, what does that sound?
Hey, I'm just pulling up Mildura Radio.
You'll notice that Dave O'Neill was introduced at 7 o'clock as the special guest host today, but he's not here
Not
now.
now.
He's ducked off to do a live interview on Mildura Radio.
Yeah,
On ABC,
During
I
our
believe.
show on ABC.
Yeah.
yeah. Kyle and Jackie
I
O,
came
no.
up to Mildura. I did a gig on a paddle steamer for a large rural company, and I was trapped on the paddle steamer for 3 hours. And the woman who was behind the counter of the paddle steamer wouldn't give me the microphone because she didn't believe I was a comedian. She had to ring her husband, and he Googled me.
it up.
That is
that
something-
exact moment.
That is going on live in Mildura and Melbourne right now. That is gold.
Imagine Dave could go up there and start a radio show with Dave and Double.
Yes.
Dave and Double in the morning. Imagine
Hey.
that for a breakfast show.
Listeners, I swear to God, that wasn't like a bit that we just played. We just yanked up the fader, and that's what we
I
got.
wonder, are we going to get any more next?
After the song.
After
Okay,
the
let's,
song.
let's have a listen.
Comedian Ben Lomas is coming in too.
Oh my God, I love this man so much.
Megan the Stallion and Dua Lipa's Sweetest Pie.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
All right, full disclosure, here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Benny Lomas is in the studio. Just say hi real quick.
Hello, hi.
Dave O'Neill left the studio to do Mildura ABC radio, so we're just going to yank it up right now.
So you'll be writing
Oh,
jokes
chemistry.
on your 6-hour drive, but can people expect from the show tonight?
Well, there's not just me. Look, if you're listening and going, oh, that's that annoying fat guy from Spicks and Specks. That's me, right? There's also Brad Oates, who's a very funny man, and Billy Stiles. So there's two other comics. It's value for money. Is what we're giving.
Value.
Money.
I can't believe how good the timing is.
Neither can I.
It's live.
And still laughing at his own jokes.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it.
We walked into him. Oh, I'm funny.
Ben Lomas, a comedian, co-worker of Chrissie Swan's on Would I Lie to You, and has a show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival called Any Questions at the Cooper's Inn from March 31. Tickets at comedyfestival.com.au. Here's Ben.
Ben, one of my favourite human beings. I'm so thrilled to have you here.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be back.
Now, I have never come to one of your stand-up shows, and I'm absolutely coming this year.
Yes, front row.
And you will know that I am there because I will be breathless with laughter. There is something about you that kills me. Kills me.
Well, it goes both ways.
And working with you on Would I Lie to You? So Ben was the warm-up guy. We had a live audience of up to 150 people sometimes. And we would work very long days. By the end of it, I get totally delirious when I'm tired. I'm very quick to laugh anyway. But then when I'm tired, this guy was my kryptonite. Towards the end, I had to ask him to leave the studio because just knowing that he was looking at me with that cheeky face was enough to set me off. And then I would be like 10 minutes trying to regain my composure.
Well,
Terrible.
But credit to you. It was a great show, and it was so much fun to work on and tune in on Mondays. It's great. It's a lot of fun. But again, it depends who you work with. Like, there's a bit of banter. There's a lot of fun. And when you get delirious, you just can't stop laughing. And I was the same because they're long shoots, and then you come up with a joke, and then you get the giggles, and then Chrissy's like, I think it's time for you to leave.
I'm like, because I'd be reading the auto cue, like, and tonight, I'm like, Ben, get out. You've got to go. And he would just take all his shit off and walk off. And he's like, yes, okay, I do have to go.
Look who's back. Mildura's
Oh, Dave
O'Neill. Big gig.
Mildura's going to be sold out tonight after that interview.
Do you know, do you know we were listening?
What was I talking about?
We ripped up the fader when you were talking about a steamboat gig.
Oh, yeah, the pedal steamer.
I also loved the way that you referred to yourself as the what is it, boring fat comedian from Spicks and Specks. And then you offered up a substitute of Brad Oates.
Yeah. But hey, remember, it's value for money.
Value for money.
Three comedians. Well, country people love that.
You know what we were spewing about? During the song, Dino ripped you up just to quickly have a listen, and you were doing Dave Hughes impersonation. We wanted to come out of the song just to hear that.
But look, country gigs are good, though.
Yeah, you love country gigs.
I did one recently in Kilmore, and every time something new happens in the country, at this gig, when we went to an interval, the lights went on and everyone had brought their own snacks.
I love it.
Everyone brought out their Tupperware, and I overheard this conversation. Oh, that looks like fancy hummus.
In Kilmore.
Kilmore. Shout out to Kilmore.
That is me. Hey, Benny, now you're doing the warm-up show for our new show, the warm-up for the audience, live audience for Best on Ground starts next Saturday night on Fox Footy.
Yeah.
And geez, it gave me great comfort. We did an audition the other day, and I walked in, and Benny was the first person I saw. I thought, thank God he's here.
Thank
You didn't audition.
We're going to at least get one. No,
Rehearsal.
what was it
You're not
called?
on the show
Rehearsal.
yet, mate.
Rehearsal. Hey, trust me, you've got the
I
job.
thought we're going to get a laugh here with Benny Lomas warming up.
Is it hard to keep people engaged? Because when you go to a TV show, there is a lot of just waiting around.
Yeah, there is. Now, there's one show I have worked on, and will remain nameless, but we had to have the audience there from 7:30 at night till 3:30 in the morning. Now, it is very, very hard to keep an audience jazzed up till 3:30 in the morning. Case in point, at one shoot, it was 2:30 in the morning. I was saying to the crowd, come on, everyone, keep cheering, get behind these people. And then one woman just started yelling, I want to go. Australia's got talent, I reckon.
There's no amount.
Australia's got talent.
Reeks of Australia's
Yeah,
got
Australia's got talent. They trapped them. It's like that Russian cinema where they took people hostage, isn't it? It's a long time ago.
That's dark. There's no amount of natural confectionery company
I love
fruity
Swanee's full
chews.
stop. That's dark.
That's dark. There's no amount of natural confectionery company fruity chews that are going to keep them interested.
No,
for that
no,
long.
and look, depending on what show it is, you have a lot of fun with the audience, but
Yeah.
sometimes they get really passionate. I worked on a lot of American shows when they were over here, and at one stage I was asked to make the audience look and sound American.
How do you do that?
Well, it's very hard because the executive producer came up and went, these people don't look like they're from Chicago. And then one guy goes, oh, actually, yeah, I'm not. I'm from Parramatta.
Yeah.
And then, but he goes, if it's any consolation, I have seen Chicago.
Oh, my God.
Hey, how you feeling too? You were in hospital last year.
Yeah. I got super sick. I got an infection. I had to have a lymph node removed, sort of in the groin area.
Is that where they are? I always thought they were up in the
No,
neck.
they're up in the neck. They're through your whole body, but under your armpits. Yeah. And then I had to get it removed, and then it got quite infected down there. And I was in hospital for quite some time, and there was just one joke that kept me going, Brownie. The same joke over and over again, because I had to pull down my pants every day to the nurse. And every day, I did maybe 4 or 5 times a day, every time, pull down my pants, they'd be like, oh my God. And I'd be like, I know, but what about the infection?
I had to live with that.
It's top shelf.
It's top shelf.
It's on the top shelf.
At the last time you said it, like the 30th time, you're like, I know, what about the infection?
Yeah. Can you deal with bed number 29, please?
Any questions is Benny's show. We love him. Ben Lomas. Go to comedy.
Absolutely go and see
Highly
this show.
recommended.
Coop is in comedyfestival.com.au. Just type in any questions. See you, man. Thanks for coming.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Crazy old Uncle Dave is in Panks Chair. You don't mind me calling that, by the way?
No.
Go.
Tuck and sport.
Bit happening. Not great news overnight when Australia in the soccer and the World Game, Christine Swan, or football, for the traditionalists. They lost to Japan last night, so it looks like we're going to miss the World Cup in Qatar this year for the first time in a long time.
Not definite, but looks like it.
So unlikely. Dino's trying to get a trip up to Qatar because it's in December.
Oh, no.
Through the podcast.
Choked, Swatty.
And I'm not sure they'll be that keen on sending you over there, Dino, if we're not in it.
No.
That's a bit of a shame. Anyway.
Shivers.
Now, Ash Barty, big news of her shock retirement at the ripe old age of 25 years old. So a lot of speculation around what's she doing it for? What's she retiring? You know, we know she's played T20 cricket before for the Brisbane Heat.
Golf.
She's a good
Golf.
golfer.
She's a great golfer.
All the Richmond supporters are getting excited that she's going to make go to AFLW and play for the Tigers.
No.
Could be motherhood. She got asked the question in the press conference yesterday.
You have to wait and see. I'm not giving you everything right now. It's all right. You can be patient. Patience a virtue. We'll see.
Cricket or AFL's been banded around.
I've always been an athlete in a sense of trying different things, but we'll see how we go.
I told you yesterday.
Yeah. Yes.
Didn't I?
Yes.
I said there's more to this. She's got something to go to.
Magician.
We're just waiting.
Oh.
Gut feel, gun golfer. Her husband is a trainee golf pro.
Yes.
She plays off 3. That's my gut feel. If I was putting $1 on something,
Cruise ship magician.
Cruise ship hairdresser. Hey,
Morning melodies.
Imagine that career just playing golf for a living. How
That'd be amazing.
Magical.
Sensational. So, you'll stay tuned for Ash Party.
Absolutely.
I've got blue fever, John.
Every time I hear that song, I want to put tassels on my nipples.
I know what you mean, like a bird, like
Remember the Bluebirds?
The Bluebirds with the cheer squad.
Bluebirds with the cheer
Do
squad.
they have tassels on their nipples?
I'm not sure they went that far, but
in my mind they do.
Hey, we could bring it back. You could be the cheerleader. The head cheerleader.
I met a woman at a gig, and she said I was not only a big M girl, I was also a Bluebird.
Fair dinkum.
Yeah.
The Bluebirds were
Lucky
huge
girl.
down at Princess Park down in the 80s.
John Elliott. It's John Elliott's idea, I think.
Absolutely. So, well, I'll tell you, it's blue fever, especially last night on the couch at home. My eldest daughter, Olivia, she's a dyed-in-the-wool Carlton supporter, and I'm sort of getting caught up in the emotion. I'm starting to yell at the TV because Big Harry kicked 5, Charlie Curnow kicked 5, Cripper's just like a warrior out there.
Are they your second team now?
Well,
would you say?
Liv tried to recruit me last night.
How did that go?
Surely, Dad, surely now there's a chance you're going to become a full-blown Carlton supporter. I could not do that.
No.
But we got reprimanded 3 or 4 times from my wife, Kylie.
Shush!
Who came in, shush! Turn it down, you 2 idiots.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't hear my McChicken over this.
In Olivia Brown's defence, she was with them when they were garbage.
That's true.
She was actually.
In defence of every Carlton supporter they've been with.
They were good for a while. What about the Cats?
Well, the Cats play tonight. Now, it's a big game because it's up at the SCG. So the Cats, can their defence stop Buddy Franklin? If Buddy Franklin kicks 4 goals tonight, he'll be... I think he'll be the last man in history to kick 1,000 career goals.
Wow.
So it's a significant moment. Now, I'm not sure he kicks the 4 tonight because it's a very stingy Cats defence you have there, Dave.
Yes.
Blitzard.
Some good, Blitzard. Stewart.
Yeah. Stewart.
Henry.
Henry, yeah. Who else you got there?
Tony.
The other bloke, the other one, and the other one. They're all. Jack Henry.
Jack Henry. You've already said Jack Henry.
Hang on, the other bloke.
Ablett.
No, he's gone. Paddy's there. Paddy was on fire.
Paddy Dangerfield is not a defender, but he's a very good player.
Even Tommy goes down
Tommy
to defend
Hawkins,
sometimes.
he's a forward. He definitely won't be down there.
Hey, sometimes he goes down there.
Tom Hawkins.
He was down there. I watched the game.
You've been on drugs.
Gary Ablett Sr.
He'll make a
Billy
comeback.
Brownless. So anyway, that'll be a big game
Polly
tonight.
Farmer.
Interesting to see. The AFL has said, don't run on the ground. Don't run on the ground.
Wink.
But obviously people are going to run on the ground. There's going to be a 20-minute break if Buddy does kick the goal. Both teams will go off the ground.
20 minutes.
And then they're going to interview Buddy in the rooms after.
And play a highlights reel.
Play a highlights reel. It's going to be astonishing. So if he doesn't kick it, it'll be down at Marvel Stadium next Thursday night. But tonight, Sydney, one of the assistant coaches is former premiership captain for the Swans, Brett Kirk. Now, remember Brett Kirk? I'm just playing you this audio. Back in 2012, Swanee, he made his debut as a commentator for Channel 7, part of the Saturday afternoon team.
Yeah.
And Kirky's a bit of a spiritual guy.
Yeah.
He's into his yoga and all that sort of thing.
Good on him.
And was known for making these quirky sort of pre-game inspirational messages, giving his team. And it worked for the Swans when he was a player. Didn't quite hit the mark when he introduced his first Saturday afternoon telecast, and he thought he'd just give the audience a bit of Kirkism. A bit of Kirkism, and just pump it up. It's fair to say this may have been one of his only appearances as a commentator.
Brett Kirk, Sydney Swans co-captain. He's in the Essendon rooms.
Thanks, Basil. I just want to give you a bit of an insight into the Saturday afternoon team. We're a bunch of unique individuals. Malthouse, Harley, Zemplis, McLaughlin and myself. We're going to engage with our minds and our hearts.
What?
We're going to exchange ideas, thoughts and even our energy. And to speak from your heart, you need to have courage. You need to be honest and authentic. We're not always going to get it right. And sometimes you're not going to agree with us. But that's okay. Because just like you, we care. Just like you, we're passionate about the game. So if you want to come along for the ride, join us on Saturday Arvos because we just love the footy.
Oh my goodness!
It was astonishing. It was astonishing.
So he didn't come back after that, or
he didn't spend a hell of a lot of time. He was buried away, maybe on a Saturday night somewhere.
Just in case people didn't hear the run up and just heard that grab. What did we just hear?
It was amazing. And the footage is even better. Go on YouTube. That was Brett Kirk doing a Saturday afternoon intro for Channel 7 as a commentator.
He's gone rogue, obviously.
Oh, yeah. He went rogue. They didn't know what was going on.
So he's just a commentator, like, give another example.
Yeah,
like
he was in the rooms, though, pre-game, and he sort of wanted to give the audience and his fellow commentators
I
a bit
can
of a
see what he
pop-up.
was trying to achieve.
So he's an assistant coach. He's going to be in the rooms with Buddy Franklin tonight. Probably keep him away from Buddy before the game.
He won't kick 4 if that's the speech.
We're not always going to get it right, but we just love our footy.
Yeah, we love our footy.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Friday. We've got Dave O'Neill filling in for Sam Pang today.
Yes.
Great news in our fair city, which has come alive. I was at opening night last night at Hamilton. It is amazing. You must go see it. I'll be talking more about it soon.
You're in the Herald Sun today. Looked magnificent.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
A lot of you went to Hamilton. I saw Jamie, who comes on after you guys.
Yeah.
I was walked in with. He said, I went to Hamilton last night. I thought, why is he going to Hamilton? That's near Ararat.
Yeah, no, the play, not the town. I really recommend it. The weather's going to be 24 tomorrow and 28 on Sunday, so get out and enjoy this city as it opens up in front of you.
28 in Hamilton, too.
Thank you, Uncle Dave. Do you want to come to our comedy show? It's on Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday morning. Are you going to get up early, Dave, and pop in?
I'm going to be there.
Good boy.
Town hall, breakfast, hugs.
The only way in is to win.
I want to do Jokes Aren't Funny Wednesday as well.
Yeah, do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Uncle Dave's here. Dave O'Neill's in the studio for Sam Pang. And last night, Swanee, we all went to Hamilton.
We went to Hamilton. The stage play, the musical.
Not the country town.
Not the country town.
Where Malcolm Fraser was from.
There is a big difference between the two. Can I say, first up, please go see this show.
Is it good?
It will knock your socks off.
Ooh, flawed.
I love musical theatre anyway.
Yeah, I don't really. So would I like it? Is it funny?
I think you would. Yes.
Good.
It's funny and moving, and I wanted to cry.
And it's got an intermission as well, so you'll be able to go and get a
chop top.
You can get a chop top.
And as Santa Chilaro said to his son when he took him to Oliver, he said, "That's it. We're going home. It's finished."
Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that before with kids, but I wasn't there with kids. I was there by myself last night. It was utterly magical, and this is coming from somebody. I didn't see it. You can see it on Disney Plus. I think.
I didn't want to watch that.
I didn't want to watch it either. I knew it would come to this city eventually, and I wanted to save the moment because I just had an inkling that I was going to love it, and I was absolutely right. One thing that I want to tell you about it is a few people will say, make sure that you know the story ahead of time because it moves very quickly.
I've heard that.
Because it's sort of it's a rap-based musical, which is absolutely my genre. And I found it very easy to follow.
Oh, that's good.
Very easy to understand.
Because it's about
Having said that, I was raised on Run DMC.
Oh, great.
So I'm...
And the Beastie Boys.
When I think rap authority, I think Chrissie Swan.
Absolutely.
MC Hammer make an appearance in any of the songs? No?
50 Cent?
No, so it's
well
written,
done, you two old white bastards.
It's Eminem. It's written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who has written lots and lots of things, including In the Heights and Encanto. So don't hold that against him if you're having problems with Encanto at the moment. But he is a genius. The amount of emotion and history and story that he's packed into this musical beggars belief. I mean, I was just blown away by it. The cast is incredible, specifically they're all amazing. But Jason Arrow as Alexander Hamilton was breathtaking.
Incredible.
My personal favourite is Lyndon Watts. Now, I don't know his work, but he played Aaron Burr, and he made me cry. And that's the first time ever in a live performance that I have cried, apart from, of course, Stevie Nicks.
And John.
And I cried during Les Mis because it wouldn't finish.
Oh!
Just went on.
I cried in Cats because it was shithouse.
So what's it about? It's about the founding fathers of America?
Yeah.
And no one really knew about Hamilton, is that right?
No, that's right. That's right. So they've dug up an interesting part of history, and it is super interesting. And I love history as well.
Yeah.
So, look, I was on board completely. Brent Ashley Hill, who I think is a friend of yours.
Yeah. He plays.
Dino.
His total stage time is 6 minutes.
Well, he stole the show in that 6 minutes.
Really?
He plays the king.
What's he doing?
He plays the king. He plays the king.
The pompous king of
and
England.
He pops in and out, laugh out loud funny.
Right.
This song, if you know the musical. You gotta see
It's
it.
catchy.
It's just got me. I'm going to be listening to it over and over. These are my top 3 favourite songs. Quiet Uptown.
If you see him in the street, walking by your side, talking by your side, happy. Eliza, do you like it uptown? It's quiet uptown. He is trying to do.
Swanee, I will say this. Listen.
He's trying to do the unimaginable.
Yeah. Listen to the soundtrack, so like an album, because then when you see it, you'll be like, "This is my favourite song."
Yeah, good idea.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
You've been hitting the road, Dave. I'm just stalling while I find your Dave's Diary
Yes, it's
intro.
time for Dave's Diary, where I go over the gigs I've been doing.
Wonderful.
Dave's Diary.
I mean, let's start with a live cross to
Mildura Radio this
Mildura
morning.
Radio.
Because tonight I'm driving to Mildura, well, today with the great Brad Oakes and Billy Stiles, who was on the show earlier.
I like that. A nice fresh interview ahead of ticket sales in the show.
It'll be a good show tonight too. After a 5.5 hour drive, so you'll be a bit weary.
Do we go into Mildura? If you're listening in anywhere near Mildura, or as close to Mildura as you can,
listen online though.
Then give us a call, 132410 if you're around Mildura.
That's all coming, but I've been doing like this time last week. I left the studio, then I drove to Geelong to do a lunch gig for electricians in Port Arlington, and they were great. My biggest laugh was when the guy introduced me. He was a guy about my size with glasses and black hair, and I said, "Gee, bloody Harry Potter's been on the pies." Yeah.
I cannot get enough of you. I've known you for so long, Dave. How many years? 10 years?
No, longer. 2008?
13, 14 years.
Yeah.
And only today. This is why you can't ever break up with, friends. Because they show new sides of themselves when you least expect it. I've only realised today how much Dave O'Neill loves his own stuff.
I don't love
so
that much.
now
But
I've
that's
got
in
another
a good way.
Yeah.
in the best way. And so now I've got, because I love you so much, I love seeing you having a good time.
Oh, that's good.
I've got another 14 years of enjoying Dave enjoy his own jokes.
That's more important to you than the money he owes you or any of that stuff.
Yeah, all the favours that he's promised and never delivered.
Friendship.
We're going to go to the chicken shop.
Actually, we are going to the chicken shop next week.
We're going to go. Anyway, and then I had to come back to Melbourne. I had to do a gig at the Ulstonwood Classic Cinema, which was great. And I met some Nova listeners there. Two separate Nova listeners.
Yeah.
That was
Wow,
great.
two.
I know. When I walked in.
Two more than we thought we had.
When I walked in, everyone started clapping. I thought, I haven't got choc tops. I don't know what's going on. So that was great. Then I went straight to the Mac truck launch. Remember I told you?
Awesome.
You're doing the Mac truck launch in a big shed in Port Melbourne. And
Will and the Bat make an appearance there?
No, Wooey the Bat, you got to keep him under wraps because he gets a bit politically incorrect. People get people complained about him once.
Just the once?
Yeah, on a Zoom gig with Kitty Flanagan.
What's political correctness gone mad, I would say,
I
Dave?
had Wooey up and it was a power company. I'm like, hey, everyone. Hey, it's Wooey the Bat. And Kitty Flanagan's like, oh, you at a wet market, Dave? And I'm like, yeah, I'm at a wet market. And then someone just put up a comment saying, can't help feeling that our Australian Chinese employees are feeling a bit uncomfortable at this stage.
Well, hey, I will say this about Wooey. At least he's not doing an awful accent. That's the one thing he's got going for him.
He's got a high voice. But I did it. And then I did a gig at the zoo on Wednesday for a charity lunch. And the woman asked me for my COVID status as I came in. And I said, hey, what about the bats? Have you checked their status? She didn't laugh.
No, she didn't like that. She didn't like it.
No, you're the best. You are the best.
What about the bats? Anyway, she'll laugh. Anyway, building up to the big one.
Well, that's when you should have pulled out Wooey the Bat.
Yes.
That's when you should have doubled down. You didn't like that. What about this?
She says, what are you here for? I said, I'm a comedian. Oh, God, are you? All right. Anyway.
She didn't laugh.
She laughed. Building up to the big one last night, the ANC, the Australia Nut Conference.
There it is, gang. The big one.
You can only mention the 7 tree nuts because peanuts weren't invited, cashews weren't invited because they're not Australian grown. Okay, so...
Did you have an EpiPen on you?
Oh, but Darren said to bring one. I forgot that.
Surely that was part of your gear.
What I did, I bought all the 7 nuts in packets and had them in my pockets. So I come out.
Can you
and I'm
remember
like,
what they are?
Are the 7?
Of course, macadamia.
Yeah.
And I said, cheer for your nuts, everyone. Cheer for your nuts. And people are like, yeah, macadamia. Macadamia was...
Wait a minute. Cheer for your nuts. What do you mean?
Well, there's 7 different types of nuts, and people at the nut conference, some of them are just aligned with one nut.
Oh, okay.
So there was the almonds. The almonds guy. Yeah, so the almonds people.
Yep.
Almonds got... Macadamia was huge, and then I had jokes on every nut. So
I
said,
love macadamias so much.
I just talked about the macadamia nut train at the Big Pineapple.
Yes.
Lady Di went on that.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
And it looks like a train of 5 or 6 very shiny round poos.
Yes. Yeah, it was great.
Inside.
And anyway, so I did chestnuts. I was pulling them all out.
Oh,
no,
chestnuts.
Well, I could only find a tin. And I said, what about chestnuts? And one poor lady went, yay. And I said, oh, you the chestnuts lady?
They're very rare.
And then she said, hang on a minute, are they water chestnuts? And I looked at the can and went, oh, yeah. And they all started booing me.
Yeah.
And so, because they're totally different, Chrissie.
They're totally different.
I didn't know that.
A water chestnut is used in Chinese cuisine,
You
but
bastard.
a chestnut is roasted.
So I threw them on the
Surprised it's a nut, to be honest.
Yeah, I threw them on the floor, and then I'd done 6 of them, and I said, I was building up to my big prop gag. I said, guys, what nuts are left? Anyone? Come, it starts with a W. What nuts left?
Walnuts.
Walnuts. And I went, I think I've got some in my pocket. Hang on. And then I struggled, and then I pulled out this great prop I made. Look at that. 2 walnuts in a little Hessian bag that look like testicles.
Mate, that is magnificent.
Mate, they laugh.
How long did it
for
take
about
you
a
to come
minute.
up with that gear?
Look at that.
That is magnificent.
To your credit, that is real testicle light.
And physical gags.
Mate, nothing beats that. It was all downhill after that gag.
Nothing beats that.
Nothing beats that.
They laughed for about a minute.
About a minute. Nutsack.
This is your life, man.
There was a guy from the Nut magazine, the Nut World magazine. He goes, can I get a photo of that? Yeah.
Can I get a photo of that?
And I go, I've never heard of Nut World.
Warren, we've got our new cover girl.
I go, when I go in the server and ask for Nut World, I get a different kind of magazine, mate. That's what I said.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Look who's on the show, it's Nath Valvo. A comedian I wish I could be.
Nath Valvo.
Wow.
Thank you. This is almost as exciting as doing Mildura Radio.
That's why I was on Mildura Radio this morning. That's right. And you know what? I can put in a good word for you. You can be the next act in Mildura at Cafe 1909 on the decking overlooking the Murray.
Some of the regional radio stations take the piss, really, because they've got a lot of show to fill. Some of those shows are 6 hours long.
Particularly ABC.
Yeah, and when I did Spelling Bee, I used to speak to a guy literally for 45 minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He had nothing planned, and I'd be sitting there going, like the plug for the show was out early, and then he'd be like, so, what's your secret for an omelette, Chrissie? And I'm like, what the bloody hell has this got to do with spelling, Neil?
I know, because they were talking about omelettes half an hour ago, they keep talking about it.
Yeah,
I know what it is. She puts water in the eggs.
I do put a little bit of water in the eggs.
Oh.
Nath Valvo, we digress.
I mean,
sorry, Nath.
I was lost in that conversation too.
I can't believe that it's been an entire year since I saw your last show.
Wow, a
Twice.
year.
It's been a whole year since the last comedy festival.
Was my
and here
comedy
we are
festival
again.
show better than Hamilton?
Nah.
Oh, what?
Well, just to be honest.
Can I say,
did you
I
go to
saw...
Hamilton?
how many comedy festival shows did I see
You
last
saw
year?
it last year.
You saw
I
it.
reckon
20?
I saw 25 or 30.
They had
Wow.
a real problem. It was like this, you're like the comedy festival stalker.
It was
Just going around stalking all these comedians.
It really changed my life.
Good on you.
That's my show.
Really, it was just out. I was on my own, pounding the pavements. I had my schedule. I had my walking shoes on.
And did it change your life in the fact that you looked at most of the comics and went, oh, I'm doing better than them?
No.
God, how depressing was
I
that guy?
always say that about stand-up comedy. If you feel crap about your life, come listen to us bang on for an hour.
Yeah.
You leave feeling quite up yourself.
She's like an AFL recruiting officer. She was actually just out there just recruiting for our show. No good. No good.
You know what?
It was brutal the next morning when she come in.
At one of the galas, which you've done the gala and I've done the gala, my friend was in the audience and he said a couple in front of them had the program out, and when a comic would come on, they'd look up them in the program and put a tick or a cross on their face.
Jesus. That is brutal.
Well, you would have got a big tick across your face.
you would.
Oh, thank you.
You are an extraordinary stand-up.
Thanks.
Extraordinary.
I saw Nate the other night. We worked together and he was so good.
Thank you.
Pick of the night.
I know that we
wow.
sound surprised, but when someone is so good and really flying at the top of their game. It's a beautiful thing to see.
This is the best reason I've gotten out of bed in a very long time. I actually emailed all these points forward, and the fact that you're saying them out loud is so lovely. So thank you.
But you're not actually cool anymore, though.
Look, this is...
What?
Thank you. I appreciate that. And look at the jumper. Look at me clinging onto my youth
I
here.
know, that's what I thought.
I've got Brunswick, cool, oversized jumper. It is. We've got to, when we do our shows each year, we've got to come up about things we've got to talk about.
Yeah.
And I know there are cool comics. There's people that are just very cool people, and you go and you watch them, and you're like, their life is cool, and they've got a bit of fame. But no, I have embraced, since all the lockdowns and stuff, I'm embraced not being cool anymore. And I've actually embraced specifically turning into my dad.
Oh, hang on, Giuseppe?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe's
not listening.
That's his name.
It's not a made-up Italian name. His name.
That's his name.
Is Giuseppe. People think I make it up for jokes.
Well, my dad used to use that as a stereotype name for an Italians.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, he is from Italy, and his name's Giuseppe, so it all checks out.
How does he say his name? I love Italians saying their own names.
It's a bit more of a G than a J. Sound like a Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
A bit more of a soft G there. But I thought, because I do love coming in doing this show just before the comedy festival every year and kind of flexing what the show is about to you guys, a bit of a preview. And so what I thought I would do, and it's perfect because Dave O'Neill is here to bounce off me here. Yeah. Here are the 10 signs I reckon I've actually turned into my dad.
Oh, great.
Are we ready for this?
Great.
Okay, first sign, I'm turning into Giuseppe. Did the gala the other night. Comedy Festival Gala, biggest night of the year in comedy. Thousands of people at the theatre. Halfway through, I thought, traffic getting out of here.
Yeah, leave early.
Is going to be a nightmare.
Leave early.
What's happened to you?
Traffic. So that's the first sign.
Yeah.
Second, I've downloaded the Flight Tracker app.
Oh, God.
I bloody love the Flight Tracker app.
No.
I live
it is
near the
addictive.
airport. Oh, mate. This is how hard I went. I checked the Flight Tracker app on a flight the other day. The flight had Wi-Fi, and I was like, where are we at?
Yeah.
And I checked my own flight on the plane.
Oh, well done, mate.
Thank you, Dad.
Well done, Dad.
I have a newfound respect for Cadbury Fruit and Nut.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You know the next move, though, is...
Don't knock Cadbury fruit. No.
I know what the next step is.
What is... Old gold.
Snap.
I thought it was Turkish Delight, then Black Forest.
No.
Old gold.
Old gold.
Rum and
Old
raisin.
gold.
Rum and raisin gets a look into
Old gold, and then you pass away.
Yes. That's actually
It's
true.
funny because in Mum's nursing home, they sell chocolates, but they only sell old gold and variations on old gold.
What's wrong with them?
Cheaper as well.
When I drive past...
I think they eat old gold because they know that there's nothing to live for.
Wow.
I'm trying to clear out and then some more beds.
This is inappropriate. The fifth reason I know I'm turning into my dad, when I drive past new apartments now, I say, gee, they went up quick.
Oh, yes. And they're not built very well. Not built very well.
I said that just 5 minutes
Yes.
ago here on Victoria Street.
Not built very well.
I have a newfound love of measuring tapes.
Oh, love a measuring tape.
I've gone 3.5 decades without wanting or needing one. Now I want
Do
one.
you like the metal ones, retractable ones, or the fabric
Oh,
ones?
I've just got the cheapo one. I'm sorry, it is cheap, but you need a hard edge measuring tape so you can hook onto the end of the thing that you're measuring.
I'm feeling old. I've got. I love fruit and nut, and I've got 4 measuring tapes.
Oh, and the kids always lose them, don't they?
What are you measuring, Brownie? Let's move on.
Oh, hello.
I like the yellow and black Stanley brand.
Oh, I've got one of them.
And also the Fat Max.
Oh, fantastic.
You know brand names.
Yeah.
Okay. Cody goes to bed
You
very
like
early.
Fat Max too, don't you? You like Fat Max too.
I don't know what
Yeah,
Fat Max is. I think I know Fat Max for a different reason. But
Many one
Fat
night.
Max measuring tapes. You know, it's all for the same
Fat
thing.
Max is quite popular in my circles. So Cody goes to bed very early.
That's your partner.
Yes. And,
Who's saving the world? Not like you. You're just the comedian.
He's a doctor or
he's
something.
getting
isn't
up
he?
and curing diseases.
Are you married?
No, Mum. The other night I was
He's
watching.
got big plans for Fat Max down the track.
He texted me from bed the other night saying turn the TV down, and I ended up Googling the headphones that connect to the TV so I can buy some headphones for the TV when Cody goes to bed.
What's happened to you?
I want to see you walking with those big headphones listening to your tranny. You know that you see old people walking?
Yeah. Can't say that word anymore. So,
Uncle Dave.
2 more to go, then we're done. When I go to social events and I don't want to be there, I hold my keys as a little warning sign to Cody to wrap up conversation because I want to get out of here.
The death
so
rattle.
I'm death rattling the keys in the corner.
Love that jingle jangle.
And the final
Great.
sign I know I'm turning into my
Wait for it,
dad's.
wait.
Here we are.
I was on the toilet the other day and the dog came, started scratching on the door, and I said, I can't even shit in peace.
Give me some peace and quiet.
Do not miss Nath Valvo's show. It is called Back in the Habit. Search that or Nath Valvo at comedyfestival.com.au. Max Watts' room. You own it.
Great
You
night
own
out.
it. You were there last year too. You are wonderful. Thank
And
you so much
I
for
rap
coming in.
the whole show. I'm copying Hamilton this year.
Hey, say hello to Giuseppe for us, all
We
right?
will. Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week, you're getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week. Little bit of Brownie, a little bit of Chrissie, somewhere between there's hang that's all free. Cheek time, celebrate, it's Friday. We put our hands up to the start of the weekend with the cheat sheet of the week.
Yep, it's the cheat sheet. Let's do it. Ho, 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 ho. I'm feeling salty today.
Not as salty as me.
Thank you, Salty Vic. That's true. All right, let's start. On Monday, we had Mystic Chrissie, and I can't remember the name of this caller, but I'll give you the hot tip. It wasn't that mystic.
I'm seeing the film Dirty Dancing, Carla.
Oh, that's right, Carla.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Whoa! Australian actor Stephen Curry was on the show, and Dino had quite the reasonable question for the guy.
See, are you annoyed that the basketball Stephen Curry hogs a lot of Google?
My niece, Ella, came up to me a few months ago and she goes, Steve, and she goes, my friend Googled you. And I said, yeah. And she said, and she reckons you're worth 330 million.
Curry then tried some serious chat with an issue that he's experiencing with the government, but it turned into the castle.
Okay, AusNet are a big company that do electricity. Okay, the state government have done a deal with them. They built these wind farms out in the west and they had no way of getting them to the city. Yeah. So now they're going to knock over 150,000 trees in the name of sustainability. Our property is one of them. All trees, the house, everything going. Every time I try and talk to anyone, because I've said nothing of substance in 30 years, every time I go and try and tell anyone, they go, oh, what would Daryl Kerrigan make of that? I was like, hey, tell them they're dreaming, hey? No, this is serious. They're going to knock down 150,000 trees in the name of sustainability. They go, they're going to make a few jousting sticks out of those trees. Hey, I'm trying to get a point across.
Let's just have a moment, you and I, with some sweet saxophone. God, I love the sax. All right, cool. Back to replaying stuff. Chrissie, that's the wrong voice for that. That's my epic voice. This isn't that epic. Chrissie just was talking about how she doesn't call. Anyway, she'll set it up.
I never call the police on noise complaints.
Nah.
Unlike you, Sam, I reckon you're a police caller.
Yeah, I do. If I sometimes it's not even a party. If I just hear anything from either neighbour.
Just someone sweeping their porch.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Straight on.
I'm trying to, drink myself to sleep here.
During Ask Brownie, we got a question on why strawberries are a multi-fruit. Don't worry about the answer. Anyway, the aftermath was this.
In my really interesting life, I read a lot of gardening books, and I've obviously read quite in depth about strawberries. There's no greater impediment to your love life than when your wife walks in the bedroom and you're reading gardening books about strawberries being multi-fruits.
Continuing on with Ask Brownie, we had a little superstar named Caleb.
All right, Caleb, what is your question for Brownie?
Can birds smell?
What about when you're out in a safari and you see some vultures come down to the carcass of an animal? How do they find the animal?
I reckon there's vultures just circling this studio at the moment, by the way. Good on you, Caleb. You like that one? What I'm saying is that this show is almost dead.
Good idea. Sam gave us the news about cruises.
A ferry captain has effectively drawn up the gangplanks in a standoff with P&O bosses after the company sacked 800 of workers.
They did via Zoom.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I know Zoom sounds bad enough. The idea that it was a pre-recorded Zoom call
Yes,
as well.
it was. And then they rehired everybody cheaper.
We've got to keep this short because we've got a big Zoom call after this show.
He then gave us more news about ducks.
Dan Andrews has vowed to crack down on dodgy duck hunters.
Oh, yes, it's that time of the year.
If you're a dodgy duck hunter, look out, by the way, because authorised officers are patrolling the wetlands. I can't believe the words that just came into my mouth.
On Wednesday, Jokes Aren't Funny happened and, well, this is how good it was.
What did the fish say when he swam into a dam?
No, I don't think that's the answer.
Oh, wait, I stuffed up that joke.
Yeah, I know. The joke was, and we had it last week, what did the fish say when he
I made you laugh.
You made Sam want to end it all.
It wasn't just Sam, Chrissy. Yesterday, Sean McAuliffe was on the show and Brownie was very thankful for his legal advice.
You're an insurance lawyer.
I was. And I've given you advice before. You're not going to ask me for advice again.
No.
I got you all that money for your flood. Your flood
Insurance
damage.
company's been good to you over the journey.
I said, look, there's a difference between storm damage and water damage, Brownie. To make sure you fill the form out properly.
Mate,
and you did well, didn't you?
I can't believe, for that advice you gave, I can't believe you didn't send the invoice.
Well, you told me off air you got more than you made up stuff on the form. You know?
I weren't supposed to talk about that on air.
They believe that you actually had the original Mona Lisa down in your basement.
Chrissy then gave us a few tips on how to make the perfect fries.
The key here is that you're going to need a deep fryer. So you're going to have to shell out.
Already inaccessible. You've lost touch with the common person.
No, they're cheap. They're $50.
Cheap.
They're cheap.
Oh, 50. Yeah. Just hand them out.
Chrissy continued with her chip tips, and it was about how to prepare the potato.
So you get a good potatoes, chop them up into whatever size you want, dry them.
Good tip for drying them off. Put them in the oven for 10 minutes.
Or the dryer.
Put them out on the sun.
Oh, come on. I don't really sound like that, do I?
You do. It is lovely.
Brownie could dry out these chips by staring at them.
Just a fool to believe she's like the wind.
Thank you, Brodie. That's one of our very favourite songs. I'm out of here. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. Bye!
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.